Welcome to the final episode of 2023 of the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that this video is brought to you by Manscaped. We'll hear more from them later in the show. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring today's episode.
Shout out Manscaped.
Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm sure a lot of people have this on when they're eating dinner. I hope you got something good. Hope you got some leftover holiday food. I just finished my leftovers.
I have so
yesterday.
many. I have so many still.
What do you got?
My family, my mom and my stepdad make this amazing gravy with meatballs, pork, sausage. My mom makes eggplant. It's incredible. For my Christmas, we were kind of talking before. There's only 4 of us. You'd think we made food for 10, 15 people. So, and then the excuse is, we're just going to give it to you when you go back home. You'll have leftovers. I was like, I guess so. But no, I have a lot of pasta, which is I'm fine with. So hell yeah. Yeah, I just finished the mac and cheese. Just finished the scalloped potatoes. Had some wings even. Come on. Fire. Can't go wrong.
But yeah, we hope everyone out there had a great holiday. New Year's is coming up, so we hope you have a good New Year's. Like I said, we have a big one. We are going to talk some news and stuff before we really get into it, and then we're looking at some stuff we had from last episode in terms of
last week. From
the Stache Awards. We have wrestler to look out for in 2024 and which wrestler will have the best 2024. Not the same thing.
Not the same.
They sound the same thing. They sound the same thing. They're different. And then we have AEW World's End predictions, and I believe I am after Survivor Series. I am the current pick.
By the skin of your teeth.
I know, genuinely.
The point system, which we're bringing back this time, seems to work. So hopefully it works again this time.
It adds some drama for sure.
Absolutely.
So, with that said, first things first, we're kind of late to it, but Mercedes Mone.
Yes.
Apparently, a few weeks ago, I saw on Twitter that her AEW's plans with her were kind of nixed.
Out the window.
I don't know if that means contract-wise. I don't know if that means just plans before they sign a contract. I don't know. Regardless, she did put out a tweet the other day that was teasing a little Easter egg. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
It was something like people have done it before. I think she might have done it before, but it was a tweet where the abbreviations were HHH. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Didn't someone do that before?
I feel like
it was on December 24th. It was happy holidays. All I want for Christmas is Mone, but HHH.
Yeah.
She had one extra happy in there, which is pretty interesting.
I mean, it was a good day for a lot of people. People love Christmas. Yeah, I mean,
at this point, we're seeing her in the Rumble. See you in the Rumble. See you in the Rumble.
That's it. Case closed. She's showing up.
I think so.
Yeah, so I think there was a lot just with AEW. Like, obviously, there was a lot of momentum being built. She was at All In. They were showcasing her. It seemed like she was going to make her debut. They said if she wasn't hurt, she could have showed up at Blood and Guts in Boston, which one we were at. We've been sick. Seems like just a few things factored into why it's not happening right now. It could be a contract thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did she have a contract signed?
No, she doesn't have a contract signed.
Which is crazy. Like, why would they be putting her on TV and All In if you had the contract signed before you start?
I heard this. I don't know numbers. I don't know who was making whatever. But apparently, Charlotte makes a boatload of money. Like one of the craziest.
I think she has the highest woman's contract.
Right. Yeah. That's something like that. She wants more than that.
And like it was just signed. It's a new contract.
It was very new. Yeah. So Mercedes Mone wants more than that.
Yeah.
Or like the same amount.
Give it to her.
Unless maybe Tony's getting cold feet, and he's like, I don't want to give that to you.
Well, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I probably am wrong. But I thought it was she wanted that from WWE.
Could have been that too.
Yeah,
could have been both sides.
The way I took it was, which again, this is a lot of this is just speculation at this point. If she stayed in AEW, I feel like there's no way they'd be able to pay her more than what Charlotte's getting paid in WWE. How I took it is that if she comes to WWE, she'd want more than Charlotte.
So I was gonna say Tony Khan might not be able to, but I can see WWE coughing up that money. Because Endeavor just bought them, so now they're swimming in money at this point. I'm sure if they can bring someone, I don't want to compare her to a CM Punk, but it's like, would we rather pay all this money to have this one person on our side or their side? not for nothing, Mercedes Moné is the biggest attraction in women's wrestling today, arguably.
Sure.
So like it's worth the money. I think it's definitely something that is very possible in WWE.
Like I said, I am
at this point.
I am sold that she's in the Rumble. I am absolutely convinced.
Even though there was a whole lot of like, we don't know the full details of the walkout and stuff. It seems like she's like there's no burnt bridges. It's not like she's never coming back again type.
It very much seemed like while I still can, I want to experience New Japan. I want to experience,
she should. As I think a lot of wrestlers should. If they feel like they're not being treated right, they should be able to go out and experience those things. Now that Triple H is in charge, and now that UFC is involved money wise, I really do think that. It's more. If I had to pick which company she's gonna show up in, I'm picking WWE at this point.
Yeah, especially, and it sucks to say, but it's like elephant in the room is that the state that AEW is in now.
That's the other thing.
It's in a much different state than they were at All In,
right?
Where
she
was being
maybe she's looking at the
the
women's division in AEW, and it's like I don't think this is for me. Where you look at it like a WWE. I think she's comparing that as well.
Not that I don't think you're saying the opposite of this, but I think like the AEW women's division is super strong, but just how it's showcased.
Exactly. Yes, I think it's very talented. They have a ton of talented superstars and all that, but I do believe that it doesn't have the proper storytelling. It's not on the same level as like a WWE or NXT.
There was a speaking of the women's division, there was a funny tweet the other day. You know how like Tony or the AEW account will tweet out like either like the day before or the morning of like that whole card for that night show?
Yeah.
I forget which Twitter account it was, but someone said, quote tweeted it and said, I'll bet you at 5 p.m. today, Tony announces a Sky Blue match. And then 5 p.m., boom, Sky Blue versus Chris. She is, they
love Sky Blue.
They know that she's popular.
Yep.
And Tony is like every week, which I love Sky Blue. I think she's very talented. But it is funny that like they see how popular she is among fans. And they're just like, put her on TV. Put her on TV.
Yep.
Put her
and
on
he does.
TV.
And he does.
There was a bunch of contracts that just got, I know Flair, it says several years for Charlotte.
They said like LA Knight signed one, Dominic Mysterio signed one.
I saw Ray, I think, for like 4 or something.
They said his contract is up next year.
I did see that.
I mean,
see in AEW.
Becky, see in AEW next year, all in. Drew's contract is due to be up next year as well.
I can see him not resigning.
I can see him going to AEW or just leaving again. But yeah, definitely, it seems like a bunch of contracts going to be up.
And all of the people that got released during that big purge.
I think last week 90, it was the 90 day.
Which,
so it'll be
shout out the guys, Mansoor and Brennan Williams, aka I don't know what he's going now on the indies. He's just going by Mace. I don't know what he's going by on the indies. Anyway, Brennan and Mansoor, shout out them. They debuted in, I think DPW is that.
Oh, did they?
I'm getting everything wrong, but it's fine.
They're back. That's all we know.
They're back. They like got to debut like a week or two before the 90-day thing got up. I don't know why. And then a couple weeks later, I don't know. Let me find them real quick.
It will be interesting to see where guys, if people show up. Dolph Ziggler, Elias, Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mason Madden is his new.
Mason Madden
is his new name.
Okay, cool.
But shout out them.
Good for them. Yeah, everyone seems to be. Everyone's going to be able to.
You got people like Dolph. You got people like Shelton Benjamin. Yeah.
It's going to be. It'll be interesting to see who ends up where. I mean, obviously people first assume AEW, but you have to like TNA. I mean, they're about to revamp in like beginning of next year, like really hit the ground running with TNA. New Japan.
I could see like a Shelton Benjamin.
I can see a Mustafa Ali going to like New Japan even, or like a TNA. Shelton Benjamin TNA. I can see Elias maybe going to TNA. He could have like his character could really work there. It'll be. Dolph Ziggler can go anywhere. I mean, I would love to see him in New Japan, to be honest with you. I think Dolph Ziggler doing something like that would be sick.
Yeah.
He would fucking kill it.
And he's not even, like, I was just about to say, like, a late career run, but, like, he can still fucking
I'm calling
go.
my shot right now. I think Dolph Ziggler, if he somehow got himself into, like, the Bullet Club storyline or something like that, Dolph Ziggler in the Bullet Club would be sick. That'd be fire. Like, he's in his 40s or whatever, dude. He can go for another 10-plus years. He can have a resurgence on the indies easily.
Speaking of other people, speaking of all these moves and stuff, also William Regal is able to make WWE appearances now.
Yes, he is.
That contract is up, and also, which I don't know too much about this, but I guess All Japan Pro Wrestling and WWE are doing some sort of deal.
Yeah.
An NXT wrestler will be at the Triple Crown or New Year Giant Series, something like this. I'm not going to pretend
And it's
like I know
William
what I'm
Regal's
talking
son,
about.
isn't it?
It's William Regal.
Yeah. It's him.
Is it his son?
I think it's his son.
Oh, there it is. His son has been training.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his son was. What's his son looking like? Son look like a
His
young...
son's been training for a little bit. I think that's one of the reasons why he also went back to WWE was because he was there.
Which one's wrestling?
Him.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of look.
It looks...
Yeah, they look similar. They have some similarities. Definitely
looks like his son.
Yeah.
At the very least.
But yeah, it'll be cool if William Regal gets like a actual role on TV again.
Yeah.
He's awesome, obviously.
I wish we had him for the... Adam Pearce did a good job.
Did a great job. Next year.
Next
year. We'll
year.
definitely get him next year.
But other than that sort of contract...
Also, they
news and
signed
stuff,
Finley's son to a contract. NXT contract.
hasn't he been... Oh, no, he hasn't.
I don't think so.
Wasn't he in... Where was he?
He was somewhere.
I thought there were talks of him going to AEW.
I think he was doing like some like dark.
He was in
matches
Japan.
or
No,
something.
I'm sorry. He's in... Yeah, wasn't he in like Bullet Club? I think he was in Bullet Club.
We can find
Hey,
out.
we got a computer
maybe
right
he's
here.
young. He's super young.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? I was
David
thinking
Finley,
of...
that's
I was
what
actually...
his name is.
I was thinking of someone else.
Oh, okay.
30. Wow.
Never mind. I think William Regal's son is the younger one. But yeah,
Dave Finley confirms his brother Brogan signed at WWE. Who's Brogan?
Wait, what?
David Finley confirms Brogan Finley is with at WWE NXT.
How many Finleys are there?
I think 2 or 3.
I got confused. Okay, someone signed with WWE. So
Hey,
I guess-
look, you don't come to this podcast for accurate, up-to-date news. We're just hanging out.
Someone in the Finley family tree. They're all in WWE now.
Well, not David Finley. David Finley's still in
So not
New Japan.
okay. So David Finley's brother's the only
Brogan Finley.
Okay.
Let's look up Brogan Finley. Is nothing about him. Let's go to his Instagram. I wonder how old he is. He's gotta be.
If he's like 2021, then I think
Heartbreak Killer, 4th generation. That's cool. Yeah, it looks kind of like Finley. Age.
Yeah. So he's
21.
Okay, so that is who I saw on
Wow.
internet then. I just got the names mixed up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
Exciting.
4th generation.
We'll see Brogan Finley versus Lexus King.
Yeah, absolutely. Both men can have the story that they hate their fathers.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
in their own path. But yeah.
Well, after all of that sort of news, kind of stumbled on a lot of that news. We have a couple of things leading off from last episode of the Stache Awards. I don't know if you consider... Well, I guess these can be Stache Awards too. The first one we have is the wrestler to look out for in 2024.
Yes.
The top answer with 229 votes was skipped over. No one answered it. But right below that in second place, 100 votes, Trick Williams.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
You can like skip the question. It was a fill-in question. So 229 you just didn't fill out the question.
Gotcha, okay.
And that took first place.
All right.
But Trick Williams,
okay, cool.
has the lead, which I think is well deserved. I do think it's interesting he took the spot of who you might have seen as like a Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes. I think those are the two like obvious 2024 call-ups.
Sure.
But I like this answer because it's a little, wrestler to look out for. It shouldn't be like a person who's destined to be a main Carter immediately.
Right. He's going to have a good 2024. It seems like he's lined up to win some championships, maybe, to have a strong run in NXT, especially with the bronze. The Carmelo's probably getting called up, maybe a few other people as well. Seems like NXT is kind of going into this next transition. I believe he's going to be the next guy to win the NXT championship. I think he'll end up beating Ilya.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
Does he have a title shot because he won the thing? The Iron Survivor Challenge?
Yes, New Year's Evil, I think.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think they did already book it. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think he'll.
When is that?
I think that's. I think it's the day of Worlds.
I think we did this. January 10th.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh yeah, it's already booked. Yeah.
I think like
I think he'll beat him at New Year's Evil.
Yes, I do think he will be at New Year's Evil for sure. I mean, that's just not a prediction; it's a spoiler. I think him and Carmelo will have like a little feud. I think Carmelo will kind of like elevate him, put him to that next level before eventually like fully going to the main roster, and that'll be kind of like the rub he needs to get to that level.
Behind him is Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's, at this point, I think going to get called up before Braun.
I mean, we saw him compete against Kevin Owens.
Right. So he already has like the main roster rub. Fun match.
Put on a good match.
Yeah, fun match.
For sure.
At this point, it's like, it's
just inevitable.
I know that, I know, and I do also want the feud with him and Trick. It's just like, it makes sense. They need to have that match, but I'm itching for him on the main roster.
I mean, the way WWE's been doing has been like treating NXT the last few months is people have been doing both. I can see Melo kind of being on both, like maybe up until Mania, and then after Mania, he's full time type of thing. Whatever.
Behind him was Swerve Strickland.
That's also
which I also agree with, especially. I thought, which we'll get into it, I thought he was going to win the Continental Classic semifinals.
And actually, we'll get into that.
Didn't win, kind of surprised, but he's going to have a match with Keith Lee at World's End and kind of put a bow on that story that they've kind of like strayed away from, but it's still always lingered. So they're going to do that.
I think we both are in agreement that 2024 is the year that he wins AEW World Championship. I think it's it's in line for him this year.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
After what he's put on, the work he's done at the end of this year, I really think he's due for a run.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Behind him, Jade Cargill, who I thought should have been way higher.
Yeah.
Says she's been, obviously the story has been she was signed, really hyped up. WWE kind of realized she was a little bit green, a little bit undertrained.
Reeled it back in a little bit.
Said, hey, let's put her back in the performance
Which is
center.
Fine.
It makes sense.
That's what I was nervous about when they started showcasing her. Right, it's dope. You just signed her. It's like a brand new toy. You're trying to like show it off. Like she's at the performance center at all these shows, but stuff like this is why you have to like be cautious and stuff. Because now everyone was hyped up. It's like, oh, where is she now?
I'm glad they didn't pull the trigger too fast. And then all of a sudden,
they're doing the smart thing.
And then plus bonus is she's gonna have months and months of performance center training under her belt. And she's gonna be. I think the first match we see from her, I think we're gonna be like, whoa, like who is that?
Yeah,
like,
that's not the Jade we remember from AEW.
Kind of a funny answer below that is Gunther.
Yeah,
who I think has had arguably one of the best years of anyone.
It will be tough to have a better year next year if he win a world championship for sure.
I assume that's what people's thinking.
Right.
Is that he's going to be world champion.
Yeah.
I think he could have been in the other category. And below them, we have Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Tiffany Stratton, CM Punk,
and Swerve.
Another Swerve. Dragon Lee, Dan Garcia.
Yeah, we got a variety.
If I had to choose,
who's your pick?
To look out for. Before we get into that next segment, we want to take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor, Manscaped. Step into 2024 with confidence thanks to Manscaped, where resolutions are met and hairs are neatly kept. As the new year approaches, why not make self-improvement a breeze by keeping your body well-groomed? Introducing Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the ultimate all-inclusive kit designed to help you feel clean-cut and confident as you should. Featuring this bad boy right here, the one we got in front of us, this guy.
Wow.
Hear that?
Whoa.
That is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the next-gen trimmer. It ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with a trim above the rest and use code STACHE, STACHE, at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping.
Hey, John, what was the highlight of your 2023?
Highlight of my 2023, gotta say, 100,000 on YouTube, this YouTube channel right here.
Has to be this one right here, Stache Club Wrestling. Any New Year's resolutions for 2024?
I got one, to be the most well-groomed wrestling podcast on the side of the Mississippi.
I like
and
it.
the other side of Mississippi. Both sides.
That's good thinking.
The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here, and let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies. Included in this bundle is the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, this guy right here, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, and the essential aftercare products like the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion and Crop preserver, anti-chafing ball deodorant, and 2 free gifts. New year, new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped's got your grooming resolutions covered. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code STASH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code STASH, STACHE. Happy New Year to your balls. I'm going Hook. I don't care.
Hook?
I'm going Hook.
Okay.
I think he has only improved this year. Do I think he's going to be a world champion in 2024? No. But this question is who to look out for. Like, I think he's going to be a great mid-card. I think he's going to graduate from the FTW title, and I think we can see him with the international championship or one of the other dozen belts that AEW has.
Yep.
I like Hook. I'm hoping. I mean, Daniel Garcia, I wouldn't say like to look out. Like, I think I take to look out for as like a guy that hasn't like
People have been sleeping on. We know Daniel Garcia is good. It's just,
and they've only had like because like Daniel Garcia has been like up and then down and up and then down. I like who to look out for is someone who's like down here has only been going up but hasn't had that whoop.
Right.
You know.
No, I like it.
How about you?
Carmelo.
Yeah,
Hayes.
yeah, that's a yeah.
I think we were just talking about Jade and how they're like kind of like taking their time with it, like treating it like as like a new toy. They want to present it the correct way. Same thing with Braun, but I'm just super high on Carmelo. I think they're going to do everything to make this kid a star. I think this year, like, no world championships in the near future.
No.
I think he's gonna be solid mid-card run this year. I really think he's gonna be like showcased on whatever we'll say SmackDown, showcased on whatever show he's on. SmackDown has like just he's got it, man. I know we talk about him, but I really think that he has everything to be a big superstar in the WWE and one of the faces of the company. And I think this is the year that everyone starts to see that.
I would say if I'm assuming Gunther is dropping the IC title in 2024 to kind of graduate a little bit.
Yep.
So that means you got the IC belt open.
Absolutely.
Got the United States belt open.
A lot of options.
I would say maybe come back to this video in 2020. 2026.
2 years.
Carmelo Hayes world champion.
Yeah. I think
2025. I don't think 2024.
a lot would have to go. Like, I mean, it would have to be like an LA Knight type of thing where it's like everyone's behind him and it's like you can't ignore it. Meteoric rise, which could happen.
Because Kevin Owens won the world title off
Finn
rip.
Finn Balor
and Finn
won it.
Balor.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. I think 2026 is a safe.
I think it's a safe bet.
Safe
It's a
bet,
safe
but
bet.
2025 is definitely
2025 I
possible.
could see it.
Definitely possible.
The next question we left on the table is, which wrestler will have the best 2024? So not to look out for. It could be someone that's already like up there, but just going to continue on, blah, blah, blah. Overwhelming majority, 396 responses. Cody Rhodes is who the fan picked, which like, I get it.
He's so 2024 has to be his year. It has to be.
If he loses in April, then I think this answer has a lot of different responses.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to be, not to go on that whole tangent again, but he's got to be that guy. He's got to win it at Mania. And then, like, him winning at Mania, and he's got the world title, he's the next year.
Yeah, not dropping it. Not dropping it. Yep.
Below him with 212 responses. Everyone skipped the question again, so thank you.
No one.
Thank you for not even just writing anyone. Below him, which I don't like.
No, I don't.
It's CM Punk. I get where everyone's coming from. I do think he's gonna end up. I do think he's gonna be a world champion.
I do think him and Seth are gonna have arguably the best feud of the year.
Yeah,
but
I just don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I think he is gonna have a good year. I think I'm just. If this is betting, I'm not putting 161 people put their chips on.
I'm not putting
on
maybe
Punk.
if I have 50 chips. Maybe
Put a couple on him.
I'll put a couple on CM Punk, but I'm going to put all of mine. Well, actually, read the rest of them before I give mine.
Below them is Gunther, kind of like what we talked about. I guess a lot of the answers are similar. Also Swerve, LA Knight, Will Ospreay.
No, yeah, that's a good
who's had maybe a career year in 2023.
And he'll be on AEW next year.
AEW would love to see him top it.
Yep.
LA Knight, I kind of disagree with. LA Knight, I think we've seen the LA Knight boat Come and go.
You think so?
Kinda.
I think there's still plenty in store for him, but I don't think.
I think he's gonna be
I've said it, I think it's going to be
prominently.
like it's just like it's going to be a slow burn thing. I don't think he's going to be winning world champion. I mean, he could by the end of the year. I think it's going to be mid-card year for LA.
Oh,
Knight.
yeah.
Like I still think he's going to be the one to win the US belt. I think they're going to give him the WrestleMania moment, whatever.
Absolutely. I think
But there's a ton of guys I think that will have better years than him.
That's what I mean. The question is which wrestler have the best 2024. I think he's going to have a great year with the IC or US belt, and then I don't see him sniffing the main event scene again. Which it's not a bad thing because he can have.
They'll keep him
bangers.
They'll
with
keep him
the mid card.
They'll keep him in rotation.
And I think he's a great. I think he's a great asset to have in the mid card. So that doesn't, it sounds more of a hater answer than it is, but like it's just like, come on, let's be serious. Who else? More Punk, MJF, some Seth.
I don't know if he can top this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seth, same.
I think Cody is the. What's funny is, it would be silly if he was on here, but it's also interesting that he's not on here. No Roman.
No,
I don't think we're seeing him a whole lot in 2024.
I don't think he'll be around too much now.
He's had 3, 4, 5 matches this year?
Seven televised matches.
7? Yeah.
7 televised matches, and 2 of them were tag team matches, I believe. So
yeah.
It is what it is. I went with Cody.
I would probably go. I'd go Cody.
Dude, it's his year.
It's his year.
Once he wins that belt, untouchable.
And I think he's had a great 2023.
He did.
Despite not
losing,
winning the big one, I think he's had a great 2023.
I think his 2024 will start slow because I do think it's going to be I know I joke about it, but it's going to be a hard times thing for the first few months. I don't think he'll win the Rumble.
No.
You know what I did see on Twitter? A theory that I actually do like a lot. They did this 30 years ago, 1993.
Okay.
The finish to the Rumble, because right now people are like, is it going to be Punk? Is it going to be Cody Rhodes? Right? I think it's one of those two.
Maybe sliding in Gunther.
Maybe sliding in Gunther, right? But I think right now it's going to be Punk, Seth.
Well, they are the only 2 qualified. So
right, they're the only ones that announced it. They both eliminate each other at the same time.
Oh yeah, kind of.
I think Bret Hart and Lex Luger, I think, did it, and then obviously Batista Cena did it by accident years ago. But I do think they could pull that. It's tricky because now with cameras and stuff, like if you don't do it perfectly, there's gonna be that one guy like, oh, his toe touched it. Yeah, right. So that's why it might not happen. But I saw they might pull something like that to get the 2 main events. But
I think the only problem with that is then that at that point, then you want to see. Which you can do it, but like, then you'd want to see
Cody
Punk and Cody.
Punk. You could, and then maybe it's like a double count out or like a disqualification or some shit, and then like they both. Yeah, I understand.
Well, I mean, like, which I guess you could.
There's a lot of loopholes.
You'd need if they did that, then those 2 could feud in between Rumble and Mania.
But
I guess.
We'll get the fantasy part out of here. I think Punk. If I had to pick right now, I'd probably go at Punk, even though only 2 people announced their spots in the match to win it.
I think so too.
I think Cody's gonna have to fight to get that WrestleMania match. Is what I'm trying to get at. But once he wins it, 2024 is his.
However, if Cody enters number 1, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind him losing if he goes in at number 1 or winning. Winning. I mean, winning.
That's the only.
That's what he should have done last year. That's what it should have been last year.
I agree. If the only way I'd be like fine with Cody winning it this year is if he enters number 1 and goes through the whole gauntlet.
Right.
And Cody if he were to win, which I don't think this is like the scenario, but Cody enters number 1, gets through everyone. Oh my God, he's so close. Either Punk at 30 or Gunther at 30. And then that's like the last,
The Rock.
or The Rock at 30. And The Rock wins.
Yeah.
And then
I think, I mean, at the end of the day, either one could win because then they have an elimination chamber. Boom. You just,
I hate to think of it as just like the cop out, like, easy solution.
But it is. It's too easy. I think it just like makes more sense. Like Punk's back, like his goal is to main event WrestleMania. By winning the Royal Rumble, you get that guarantee. I think it just kind of like plays into that more, and the whole Cody losing to having to get to where he is. We'll see how it plays out.
Also now, so we've talked about before how like we're like, oh, the Rumble this year is so unpredictable. Now, is it too predictable?
No, I do. Well, No, because I do think we're talking about this, but I also can see Gunther winning it. I also can see like fucking
Well, it sucks.
I was gonna say not LA.
It sucks when you already basically know, because Cody and it's gonna be Cody and Punk in the main events of WrestleMania. So it sucks when you already know what the main event opponents are.
It kind of sucks, so at the same time, at least it's good. It's what fans want.
Sure.
So it's like at least it's good.
I think it'll still be a crazy moment. Do I think Punk is entering at 1? I do not.
No way. I do think that it will be. It's more unpredictable than last year. I think it was so easy to predict Cody was going to win last year. Just the whole comeback, especially when he came out at number 30, it was like, okay, well, of course he's going to win.
I'm still pissed he came out at 30. That's still
such
the
a
one.
Ruined the moment, ruined it. But yeah, I mean, we have another month until the Rumble.
I'm excited.
So I'm very excited. We talked about it. One of the best matches, if not the best match ever.
Did you see any of the Punk at Madison Square Garden?
I did.
Stuff seemed cool. I saw a lot of pictures.
Like he was talking about the Royal Rumble at the end. He goes, "I'm not finishing." Oh yeah, he goes, "People have been talking about the Royal Rumble. Me winning the Royal Rumble finishes my story." He goes, "No, I'm here to tell you that I'm only getting started or whatever." So
I saw a lot of discourse on like Twitter about like how like there was "you still got it" chants and things like that, and like the guy wrestled
he's been active
4 months ago.
Yeah, he's been active the last few years.
It's not like he's been gone for 7
It's not like it's not like Edge was gone,
right?
Retired, came back.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
not
hear
like
that. That's funny.
But also, and I saw there was also a point made that like how the WWE casual audience, which by casual I mean 90 to 95% of the actual WWE audience, is just WWE, and the discourse was that the majority of people enjoying that holiday house show at Madison Square Garden probably for the most part didn't even know he was in AEW, or like
bless their
or
hearts.
like actually thought
bless their hearts.
You know, they
must live under a rock. I don't have social media or anything.
They just tune in on Mondays and Fridays.
That is true, I guess. Yeah, those people that were chanting that may genuinely have been like, "Wow, this guy hasn't stepped in the ring in 10 years, and he looks great. He looks like he hasn't lost his step."
Either they actually didn't know, which I think is a handful of people, or it's just they just care so little about it, and AEW is just so little on their radar that it is.
They're acting like he wasn't, and they know he was, but they're also just acting like
I wouldn't even say it's acting, but to the point of like they actually believe it, because AEW is just so not on their radar. Which like they might have heard that CM Punk whatever, but they never saw it. They never. Yeah, they never knew he won the championship or whatever. That they're probably, for the most part, like, wow, this guy, first time wrestling in 7 years. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that is crazy to think about. Bless their hearts.
Been gone for 4. He's been putting on matches. People are calling his match with Samoa Joe at All In one of the best matches of the year, which I disagree with, but. And then 4 or 5 months later, you still got it. insane nuts. But also like I love it because it's I love the not naive. That sounds almost insulting, but just like I don't know. They're just so protected. So ignorance is bliss. I guess,
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I get what you're trying to
Must
say.
be nice, I guess, is what I'm getting.
Yeah,
at.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right.
Okay.
That covers that. We have some serious business to get into here. Let me get
your belt.
Little SCW predictions title, ladies and gentlemen, because we are getting down to AEW World's End predictions.
Yes, we are.
There are 10 matches, but one's a battle royal, so we're only doing 9
I was going to say,
points.
we're not counting that, right? Okay.
We're going to talk about it. I don't even know what to say about it, to be honest, but if you don't know, first of all, the SCW prediction is on the line. Also, the way we do it, I always forget the name of the channel, but people in the comments know. Shout out them that kind of invented or for whatever. The way of doing it, basically, we have 9 confidence points, 1 through 9, right? So you assign a point value to what you feel most confident. So I feel most confident in this, I'm giving it a 9. I feel least confident in this, I'm giving it a 1. If you didn't know how this works, and then also. I don't know if you're confirming, but I can at least confirm that this Saturday, There will be a Stache Club stream. I will be on it.
There will be a stream, and I may also be on it.
Dante
Yes,
may also be on
chance.
it.
Yep.
So keep on lookout on social media, and all that, and we'll announce in the coming days. We'll announce a thing. If there's my face on it, it's just me. Dante's face is also on it. Boom, it's both of us. So you'll know within time. But anyway,
Perfect.
So that'll be fun. Anywho, first match, 20-man battle royal for a future TNT championship shot. This one is not counted in the points because there's been no participants announced.
I was going to say no.
And it's just nope. But I was honestly trying to I looked at the whole roster, trying to figure out who the fuck could be in this match. I still don't really know. Some three picks I have that I would just like to see win it. I don't even know if they're going to be in it. 1, Daniel Garcia. 2, Johnny TV. 3, Commander.
This is for the TNT
for a shot. Number
anytime,
contender.
anywhere.
I don't know the stipulation,
Okay.
but a future TNT
I thought I saw in the graphic
championship.
it said anytime, anywhere. Like they were making it seem like it was like a Money in the Bank shit.
Oh, maybe.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw something
Maybe.
for it. Okay. Yeah. Who could win this?
I mean, if I had to take one pick, I would choose Daniel Garcia.
Sure.
He just I think he got one win in the Continental Classic. They're kind of playing this like he's being beaten down.
Yep.
He hasn't gotten any wins. He just got the one. This would be a real nice like comeback sort of win. For my man DG.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. I'm just trying to think of who.
I was struggling to think of who could be in this match.
The devil.
Yeah,
one of the
honestly.
devil people. I'll go with. Fuck it. Let's go with.
I had to pull up the roster. For
Yeah,
this, so
I'm literally just trying to like scan through names in my head right now, and
Oh yeah, you're right. 20-man battle royal for a TNT title shot anytime, anywhere.
You love
So I don't know if they'll have a briefcase sort of thing. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Might happen. I don't know. It could be anyone.
You know
It
what?
could happen.
I don't know.
Could be Jack. Jack Perry, returning Jack Perry.
Fuck it. Give me Jack Perry.
Jack
Just
Perry.
because I can't. I was going to say Adam Page, but like that doesn't make a return.
That's the thing. A TNT championship.
Yeah, give me
too,
Jack
is
Perry.
Jack Perry.
Yeah,
I like that pick because it says anytime, anywhere. Maybe Christian Beach Edge later, and then they've had history.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there is
Sign me up.
Boom, Jack Perry. I mean, there is rumors that Jack is the devil. I don't know,
Yeah. A whole lot of rumors.
Anywho, so that's for no points. That's just a funsy one.
Yep. Okay,
This match is also in the buy-in, but it counts.
Yep.
Hook versus Wheeler Yuta for the FTW Championship in a FTW rules match, which I'm pretty sure is just a no DQ match.
Yep.
This one's interesting. They've had not a whole lot of story, but they've had, especially when like the Best Friends and Blackpool Combat Club and like all of that was a bigger kind of thing. Hook and Yuta always kind of were like the two really duking it out. Two young guys, two of the youngest in the company.
Young Bucks.
Two guys, they are the Young Bucks. Two that have a bright future FTW championship. I'm going Hook solely for the fact that I just don't think, I don't know. This one I could go either way. I don't know.
Same. I picked Hook as well.
Yeah.
I gave him 6 points for this one. I think
I'm at a 3.
He won the belt back at All In, correct? Did he defend it or you won it back? I think he won it back.
I have no clue.
Whatever. I think whatever, doesn't matter. I think he's just give him a good title defense. I mean, giving Yuta the belt would be cool, but at this point, like when I think of the FTW championship, I can't imagine it being on anyone else. I feel like that's like Hook's belt at this point.
That and like Yuta,
and it's the rules too, the FTW rules.
Sure.
So
Yuta's a former ROH pure champion.
Yeah.
I just think him winning the FTW championship would be a little bit of a downgrade. I just don't. I don't
think he needs it.
Doesn't need it. I do like, Blackpool Combat Club is still a thing. They're not as
united
or clicked up. But like I do like the idea of all, a lot of different guys having gold.
Yep.
Actually a different name that, you could be Claudio in that battle royal. Try to get the TNT title.
True. Yeah.
But the reason I didn't put him is because he is a former ROH champion too. So it's like that also seems like a downgrade.
Right.
I don't know. I just have Hook. I have it at 3 points because I could see them going with Yuta for some reason because Yuta is just a better wrestler than Hook.
Okay.
That's what I'm at.
Yeah, I'm just going Hook because I think it just makes more sense for him to win it than you to win it, to be honest.
This match. I mean, this one, arguably, I'm most excited about. It got announced last night, the Continental Classics Finals.
Yes.
Jon Moxley, coming off of his win against banger of an opener last night against Swerve and Jay White.
Yep.
Really, really fun match. Really good triple threat. I'm glad it came down to the triple threat. He secured his spot. Later on in the night, Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson in a barn burner. This one went crazy. Bryan Danielson's chest was all fucking red. Oh my God.
That's becoming like every match Mox gets busted open. Every match Daniel Bryan's chest gets just bloody red.
Really good match. Love that Eddie Kingston
Me
won.
too.
I
Me too.
really
Me
didn't
too.
think he was going to win.
I'm happy. I mean, it would have been cool if they did Danielson versus Mox. I think, but also Kingston Mox is so much history there. And
exactly.
That match works.
Mox came in and kind of checked on Danielson, and those two, Mox and Eddie, had a little bit of a back and forth.
Yep.
Really good stuff. Like you said, it's all just been built on their history together.
Now, who's going to win?
And it's for what's also interesting. It's for the Triple Crown champion.
You see the championship that they had it out the championship.
They show it.
They have the. Didn't they show? I thought
they had.
Saw a little
they had
screen.
the two of them, and then the one in the middle was covered.
Oh, maybe I saw one of the. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But two of those titles are Eddie's.
Yes.
So
correct. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is for. I have a one confidence point on this.
This is my least confident.
I have Eddie Kingston.
I also have Eddie Kingston.
Eddie.
So here's the thing. I think Eddie should win it because he was the double champ. I think this
John
tournament
does not need it,
dude. Here's the thing. John absolutely does not need it. But he's just so reliable. I feel like when they have like a new belt or something, or like they need like when everything was going on with CM Punk and like the first time around, they gave the belt to Mox, like we trust you and type of shit.
Sure.
Like he is the best. He's the best.
and also picture him, Blackpool Combat entrance, 3 belts.
Right.
You know,
and
he looks like so sick.
Like he had the whole international situation. Maybe they want to put that belt on him or whatever. But ultimately, I think Eddie Kingston deserves it. I think it makes more sense for him to win it. He was the double champ. Make him the triple crown champ. Mox doesn't need a belt.
Yeah.
Have them feud over it maybe if you want after Kingston wins it, but I think he should be the initial champ at least.
I like the idea of, for the tournament, he said, fuck it, I'm putting these 2 belts on the line. Goes through the whole tournament, retains the 2 belts, and wins a third one.
That'd be sick. That would be sick.
Even after the little promo last night of just Mox just basically being like, you got here, now you have to fucking prove it, is basically what he was saying. After that, I just can't see. I'd be heartbroken if Eddie gets to the mountaintop, loses it to Mox, who I again don't think needs the win.
Because I think if Eddie Kingston loses, it's back to square one. If Moxley loses, you don't start over. You're still fine. So
something I just noticed is currently no international championship.
Yeah,
match.
the international and the trios are the only belts not being defended.
Again, we are recording this on
something
Thursday.
could happen on Rampage. So
I guess they're probably just not having a collision, right? What do they do with collision if that's on Saturday and the pay-per-view's on Saturday? No collision.
Do they do collision earlier in the day? Maybe I think they tape it maybe and then they do it earlier. I don't know. That's a lot of wrestling.
So Eddie.
Yep.
All right. Julia Hart versus Abaddon for the TBS Championship.
Now let's do a little swap. This is my most confident one.
This is my 9.
And I'm going Julia Hart.
This is my 9. I'm going Julia Hart.
Why would she lose? So why would she lose? So why would she lose?
Abaddon. I like Abaddon. I like too. I like whenever she shows up, but just purely she is just not featured. Julia Hart just won the belt.
Has this thing going with Sky Blue now. They have like a little team thing going.
She's a Stache Club wrestling nominee.
Yes, she
for
is.
Most Improved.
Yeah, she was.
Unfortunately, I believe win, third place is what. But second or third. I think she might have got second.
She was close.
But yeah, it's just. I like the opponent. I like the match. I like that it's dark and creepy versus dark and creepy. I think it'll be a solid win for Julia.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
There's no reason for
Abaddon's not going to win.
Yeah.
That's mine. That's funny. I thought I was being being smart, making that. Ooh, I'm going to make that my 9.
I would be shocked if Julia Hart lost. So shocked.
Next one, we have Timeless Tony Storm versus Riho for the AEW Women's Championship.
Now this is my second most confident
Mine too.
one. And I'm going
Mine
Toni
too.
Storm because again, why would she lose? Why would she lose here?
I got Toni Storm at an 8.
Yeah.
Now, I fucking love Riho. Riho.
I like the story they've had going on too. They're bringing Mariah May's in the mix. And
I
stuff.
love
She has
big
her ties.
Mariah Ray
Yep.
fan. I think what she's been doing has been great. I just don't. I think the story's been great. I love Rio. I just don't think it's been built up there for her to take it off Tony.
What would if Toni Storm lost? What's the fucking point?
Yeah,
what was the point of everything?
Tony's on fire.
Yeah, what would
Let's
you
keep
just
it
built all
rolling.
that up for nothing?
Yeah, I think a good
This could
title
have been
defense.
Like her and Julia. Like there's no way. Like,
I do feel more confident in Julia.
I do
I
too.
could see a swerve if anything.
Since it's a world championship, I can see a swerve.
Yeah.
But like, no,
That's funny. I am at an 8. All right. So all right.
All right, pretty similar.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kinda.
Huh? Next one. 8-man tag team match. Kyle Fletcher, Powerhouse Hobbs, Big Bill, Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Sting. This was made last night.
Yeah, you have to refresh my memory here. Why is Sammy in this?
So,
Yes.
well, first of all, I'll go even going back to Big Bill and Ricky. First of all, I wish another set of titles aren't being defended. I
Yes.
get that it was supposed to be Golden Jets versus Bill and Ricky. I get
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's what the match was supposed to be, and then Omega got gotcha.
Right. Kenny's
Yep.
hurt, which all the
Yep.
best wishes to Kenny.
Yep.
So they just lump this in. Kyle Fletcher also has a title, but his partner is injured, I believe. But so last night, so Don Callis family is now Powerhouse Hobbs, Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay,
Takeshita.
and Takeshita.
And
yes,
it wasn't Sammy.
So, and Sammy is technically a part of it, but those guys without Sammy were in the ring. Don Callis was like, "This is my family," and showed like the fucking pictures and whatever. And then I forget exactly what happened, but Sammy came out a little pissed, and then him and Chris united over hating Don Callis. And both shook out their hands. Sammy hugged him, blah, blah, blah. So Jericho and Sammy had a little bit of a reunion.
Oh, that's so confusing.
Over disliking the Don Callis family. And then Jericho and Sammy were outnumbered during the beatdown
So
during the
then
segment.
they
and
gotcha,
then naturally,
okay.
the team of Darby Allin and Sting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
So that's I have Team Good Guys. I have them at a 7
I do
out of
too.
9.
I gave them a 5.
Yeah.
I see the good guys winning.
I could see the only reason I could see the bad guys winning is because Big Bill and Ricky are the tag team champs.
Right.
And Kyle Fletcher also has a set of tag team titles. So I don't know. I could see them doing something. But Chris and Sammy just reunited. I could see there being some fuck shit with like maybe, Chris is Chris, so Chris could turn.
Well, that's why I'm confused about, because Sammy turned on Chris to join the family, and now he turned on the family to go back with Chris. Maybe he turns on Chris
Forgave each
again to go
other.
back to
Yeah,
the
it
family.
could be a whole thing.
Some fuckery.
And
yeah.
also Darby and Sting are on this side. Darby and
Sting's
Sting
on
are
his
always
retirement run.
Yeah.
Come on, you tell me he's gonna lose?
I don't blame you for having this at a 5. 7 seems even a little high, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
I'm just looking at the other matches that we have. I feel like this is just right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland for Christian's TNT Championship, and this match is a no disqualification match. This has been not the storyline I think we've been hoping for.
Honestly.
Nick Wayne's mom kind of got involved with it, like whatever it was, 1 or 2 weeks ago. I don't know, man.
I'm not really sold on it. I'm not sold on the story, unfortunately.
No,
I also
go
don't
ahead.
know. This is a 4 for me.
Okay.
Split. I'm giving it to Christian. I
Fair,
honestly think
fair.
it's just like, let him keep his reign going, because even though I'm not like sold on this, or I'm not really bought into this, he's still on fire. He's still money.
I want to give quick flowers to Christian, who a lot of people pointed out, and I agree. He got snubbed in a lot of these Stache awards.
he did.
Because I think,
I saw a few
and
comments.
he did get votes. Because when we were the nominees are just the top 5 votes, so he did have votes. He just never made it in the top 5, which
Yeah.
I think he should have been in the best talker
If
discussion.
we had like best heel and best face or something,
Sure.
I think he would have been in the best heel conversation.
But even people were gunning for him. from it. And again, I don't disagree for
Yeah.
best talker, most improved.
For sure.
I think there was even some conversation of just in general best. I think he's had a great year.
Yeah.
But so you said you have Christian
I have
at 4.
Christian. I also just don't see Adam Copeland winning. If he's winning a championship in AEW, I think it's the World Championship. I don't know. I just can't see him with this championship.
See, I don't know if I see Adam winning the main one.
If he wins a championship, it would be the AEW championship.
So kind of similar thinking, but different direction is I think they do want to put a title on him. I don't think they're going to put a world title on him. And then the TNT championship is the mid card. I would argue it's supposed to be above the international championship. Like it's supposed to, bold supposed to.
Christian's done the best job with this belt than compared to anyone in a while, as far as making the belt relevant.
As of recent memory, for sure. I have Adam Copeland.
Okay.
I just think he's gonna get his comeuppance. He got hit in the head by Nick Wayne's mom with the belt. I don't know. It seems like a good guy versus the evil guy. Adam Copeland wins. It'd be cool to see him with a title. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna give him the big one. But I'm kind of with you. I could see either way. I could really see, because Christian's been great. There is a lot of shenanigans. There's gonna be a lot of
shenanigans too.
There's gonna be Nick Wayne and his mom are gonna be involved. Kill Switch is gonna be involved.
Luchasaurus.
That's Kill Switch.
Oh,
come on.
Oh, excuse me.
That's my favorite part. He just renamed him Kill Switch.
I forgot. I completely forgot about that.
Which arguably
tells you how bought in I am to that. So this is our first one that we have different answers on, at least. True. So
next match, talked about it a little bit earlier. Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee.
Yes.
I have Swerve at a 6.
I have Swerve at a 7.
Wow. Yeah, it's like why would Keith Lee win?
Losing? Why would Keith Lee win? Swerve is on fire. Don't stop the momentum. Have him get this win going into 2024. I also have a lot of like babyface stuff. Like I got Tony, or I guess Tony's a heel, but I got the team good guys with Chris winning. I got Adam winning. I got Eddie winning. I got Hook winning. So it's like I think this is a good not throw
high
a heel.
Stakes, yeah, it's a solid heel win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't think unfortunately, if Keith Lee wins this, whereas I don't think they have direction for Keith Lee. Where Swerve, I think is he's been voted to have one of the best 2024s,
as he should.
Started off right with a win.
I was thinking about this when I was saw the match was announced and just looking into their feud. AEW really hasn't done anything with Keith Lee. That it kind of blows my mind that he's not a bigger star than he is, because I think that when he went to AEW and he left WWE, everyone was expecting him to be a top guy, and he just unfortunately hasn't. At least he's getting a match, but
I think the story of Keith Lee's career is going to be an interesting one. With WWE pretty much fumbling him, and then AEW fumbling him. I think
he was amazing in NXT. Triple H fucking treated him so well. Then once he got to the main roster, it was game over for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to look back at.
I hope this is a sign of he's gonna get more matches, prominent matches and stuff, because this is a big match. So
yeah, and the storyline is there. It's been cooled off since Swerve has been doing his stuff with Hangman, but it's been there. The former tag team stuff and blah blah blah.
This could be a low key match of the night candidate. It could be. It could be.
I don't disagree. All right, second to last match. Something that I think this is a collision thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Miro versus Andre El Idolo. I guess the story here is Miro's wife, CJ Perry, has been managing or looking for someone to manage. She's really taken a liking to Andrade. And then that's that's the story. That's the setup. I've heard rumors even of Andrade maybe being kind of done or one foot out the door of AEW. With all of that said,
come home.
I'd say even maybe New Japan or even TNA.
TNA would
be honest,
sick, for sure. If Lucha Underground was still a thing,
I know. I got Miro. I have it at a 4. I don't know what's going to happen. I think either one can win. Again, the story's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I have it. I know the gist of the story, but I don't know the finer details. I'm going Andrade. I'm giving it a 2 though.
Yeah,
this is like I don't know, and 2, I don't really care. So it's just kind of like I'm not confident in Andrade winning it. This is a coin flip.
Yeah.
I think it's either one. But since Miro's wife is on Andrade's side, that's what's making me kind of lean more towards him, maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, Andrade.
All right, here we are.
Yeah, last one.
Main event. Your AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Samoa Joe.
And
This is interesting. So it's some stuff that happened last night.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, I mean, we can set aside some time here. The devil stuff, man.
I am so out. I'm out of the story, bro. They were doing everything so well.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened in the last month or so, bro, but it's just it's terrible, I think, right now. This story is it's not good. I feel bad. I really feel bad for MJF. I think he's trying his best, but
I am just a sucker for a mass reveal. That's the only thing keeping me on.
That's got to happen. It has to happen this weekend, right? It has to.
I would imagine
it has to.
They
were teasing it. He was trying to take the mask off during. The match.
So last night, quick recap: MJF versus Samoa Joe in a tag team match against 2 of the Devil guys for the ROH Tag Team Championships. Obviously, MJF's and Adam Cole's championships, but Samoa Joe is going to help MJF defend it before the match. Also, this match started with 4 minutes left of Dynamite.
Yes.
Yes, they have overrun.
The first red flag.
Yeah.
Right there.
It did run over me like 8 or 10 minutes, but before the match, Samoa Joe is seen taken out backstage.
Yep.
Oh no, he's
Classic.
hurt. MJF is like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. Blah blah.
Superman
Defends the titles himself. Love it. Loved that part. Like that part's great.
Yep.
Long story short, he does get hit with his, I forget what the move is called, but he gets hit with his own fucking move.
Yeah, the pile driver.
Yeah, the rope pile driver.
He got hit with the pipe or something, and then he got thrown in and got hit with the pile driver.
Third person came out. Whole time Max was trying
the 30th man came out.
However members there are, we don't know. Anyway, the Devil guys now they won the ROH Tag Team Championships, which is just so funny. It's nuts. It's crazy.
It is.
What is happening?
To me, that tells me right now, one, that they don't really, those belts are just props for a story. The ROH tag team belts.
Which they carry no weight. I am done with ROH.
Me too. No, I think they're ridiculous anyways. I think it's ridiculous.
Have it on ROH. If people want to watch ROH, there's amazing stuff going on at ROH, but keep it on ROH. I don't want to see the titles on AEW.
People might not like this, but when I saw that happen last night and then win the belts, I couldn't help but think this reminded me of a late 90s, early 2000s episode of WCW when they were doing some crazy shit when things were starting to hit the fan.
Well, what was getting compared to that even more was the Adam Copeland Christian match.
Sure.
The feud.
Too. Yeah, absolutely. And then they lose, of course, after the match. Samoa Joe, now he can come out. Now he's limping out with the chair and stuff.
So they win the titles. Yep. You-hoo, bada bing, bada boom. Samoa Joe comes out, little bit of a limp. He's going to help MJF, blah, blah, blah. He's behind him, a la Seth Rollins to the Shield.
Yeah. You can see the separation. I was like, oh.
And he's got the chair, picks it up, whacks MJF in the back, turns on him. Now, just via, which maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't have to read. The commentary was doing the legwork in this because Samoa Joe hit him with the chair. And maybe I'm in the minority here. My immediate reaction and assumption wasn't, MJF is working with the Devil.
Oh, I didn't think that at all.
I didn't think that
Is that what people were thinking? Oh,
That's the story. Yeah, MJF.
Oh, really?
It's now solidified. He's with this. Yeah, he's with the Devil.
MJF is?
No, I'm sorry, Samoa Joe.
Oh,
Did I say
okay.
MJF?
You said MJF.
Oh,
that's why. Okay, yes, because it's pleasure doing business and
Samoa Joe is the one. He hits him with the chair.
Yes.
And then, to reiterate that point, Samoa Joe hit him with the chair. My first assumption was not that Samoa Joe is working with the Devil.
Okay, gotcha.
In my head, I was just like, he turned on him.
I looked at it like, hey, help me out, like fake beating me down, beat him down, and then like I'll clean up afterwards. I have like weaken up for the championship match. That's how I looked at it.
What
Like he did, like he like made a deal with the devil where it's like you help me, weaken him up before our championship match, and I'll take the belt off of him or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just thought it was just a Joe being
or
Joe.
That.
And,
well, because they said they had it on the Titantron. It was like they showed the devil like for a split second.
I said like pleasure doing business with you.
And then that's
I didn't even make that connect. Like,
so that's why I think it was kind of like that.
My point. So what my point was when Samoa Joe first did that, at least my initial reaction wasn't like, whoa, Samoa Joe's with the devil. But then commentary for the while like Samoa Joe's beating him down, whatever, commentary was like, whoa, Samoa Joe turned. Is he? What the hell? Is he with the devil? And to me, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying as much attention. I guess the thing on the Titantron and the turn is enough. But to immediately I didn't go with, oh my God, he's working with the devil. I just thought it was just a turn.
Not more so of like, I don't think he's like with the group.
It took commentary being like, wow, I can't believe Samoa Joe is working with the devil because of his action. And I was like, oh.
The guy named Joe that's Samoan is working. No, it's like, to me, he just said this quick little thing. He's not like associated with them. He hasn't been involved with them from the beginning. It's just like, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch yours for this time, and then that's that.
It seems like,
and now what I saw is Adam Cole is gonna come out and be the devil on Saturday.
That's what I'm thinking.
So we'll get into, I guess, who we have winning this match.
Well, with the devil stuff, I think I would like your direction better, but I think they're selling it as like it's less of like I'll scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's like Samoa Joe is like team devil. Like
sure,
that's kind of what they're selling it as.
That's why I'm so like not like out at this point, because I don't like, it's so confusing to follow right now. Like it's just so confusing, and it's like I don't know. Like I get the logic behind like Samoa Joe's on MJF's side because he wants him healthy for the championship match, but it's just been such a fucking mess. And Adam Cole getting hurt and the whole thing with the belts, like everything's just been so confusing.
And I don't even know if I love, like, because Samoa Joe, a big thing with him, and I get it if it is like a handshake deal, sort of scratch my back, he's like, Samoa Joe is like a lone wolf. Samoa Joe is like, he doesn't need, like, I don't know, Samoa Joe with henchmen is just like, doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's like, then to me, it's like MJF just lost the tag team championships that him and Adam Cole won. Where is Adam? Like, I know he's hurt, or quote unquote, maybe not quote unquote, whatever. Like, where is he? I don't know. I think it was just a very anticlimactic way to lose the belts. That was such a big moment.
Well, and then another thing, too, speaking of the belts, is Samoa Joe relinquished his ROH World Championship because he wanted to upgrade for the AEW title, which also says another thing about the ROH stuff.
Correct.
But it adds another level of humor that Samoa Joe is working with the devil or is a part with the devil group, and one of their biggest missions was to get the ROH tag titles. But Samoa Joe relinquished his ROH title because he didn't give a shit about it, but now he helped the devil guys get the ROH titles because now they want the ROH. You know what I mean? It's just another layer of like, what are you doing?
It's a mess. And it's just, everything's been anticlimactic. Like last week, MJF and Samoa Joe were in the ring, battled them off, and it's like, will you accept the challenge for the ROH World Tag Team Championship? It's like, that's what this is all about? Anyways.
The match. To move on past Dynamite, I do agree, and I saw a lot of discourse about Adam Cole, whether his injury was legit or not, or whether
or
maybe
not as serious.
Right. It can't be at this point. It can't be anyone else, unless it's like some crazy like returning new person. Which
and
I have no idea who it could be.
If it actually is Jack Perry, that company is gonna get fucking backlash like no other.
It has to be
like no other.
It has to be Adam.
It has to be.
We're at end of World's End. Whatever happens, which we'll get into what we think. Boom, take off the match. It's Adam Cole. And what's kind of cool, silver lining, maybe glass half full.
We get Adam back.
One, you get Adam back, but you also get Adam Cole and Samoa Joe aligning, which is kind of cool because they've had a rivalry in NXT, and wow, now now they're together kind of or something.
And then who else is a part of the Devil group? Technically, Adam Cole might still be the ROH Tag Team Champion because if he's the Devil, they have.
See, I don't think. I think just the reveal is going to be the main guy. I don't think.
No,
which I guess
think maybe on like the next Dynamite.
People are saying it's going to be.
Maybe they do
the
one.
Kingdom.
Maybe they do all of them and then it's the big Devil at the end or something like that. It's like, oh, it's the best whatever his Roderick Strong. It's the other guy. It's the other guy.
Right. That's the Kingdom. Mm-hmm. So that's what people are saying is. It's like, and people are speculating already, which is like, the moves they were doing, how he looked in the ring, the mask guys. Yeah, Kingdom, Roddy Strong, those sort of guys probably will be those guys. Adam Cole. Is it too predictable at this point? Maybe. If it's that,
it might be too predictable, but I think this is what they have to do.
It's the best case scenario.
They
I
have
think.
to at this point. It's the safest thing they can do at this point.
And then the Devil shit happens. You reveal it as Adam Cole. And then Adam Cole's like super, super heel. He can still maybe do some Devil stuff.
You have a reset, right?
You're right back in. Then you're right back in.
That's what they need so bad
Samoa
right
Joe
now.
can even kind of be involved somehow, but then you're right back in with Adam Cole and MJF. You full circle moment where now Adam Cole is the mega heel and MJF is super babyface, and you can do that feud again.
You ultimately
Perfect,
do
fine.
what people thought was going to happen. Someone was going to turn on the other.
Sure.
You just had to go down a different direction.
Did it
you just did a terrible, just a fucking
in a
roller
really
coaster
convoluted way.
Yeah, for sure. They need a hard reset.
With
though.
all of that said, who do you have winning? What's your confidence pick? What's your confidence point?
My confidence point is a 3.
Mine's a 2.
So it would just, after all of the year-long title reign and all the shenanigans, the all-in main event, the tag team, the face turn.
Something I want to note too, actually, real quick, before you give your answer. We've talked about this before. No contract conversations anymore, huh?
John, I don't get it. That was supposed to be the story.
I know.
That was supposed to be the full circle. He won the belt end of last year, end of this year's contract's coming up, still has the belt. That's what the whole thing was supposed to be. That's why this Devil shit also pisses me off, because you had a story already there for you. You didn't need to do any of this Devil shit. You just did it. You did it. So,
and I think, to be honest, I think it's part of the reason why this pay-per-view is called World's End. It's like when they announced it, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah. It's MJF's last event. Is it going to be the end of the world? Right.
Nope. Yes, I'm happy you brought that up, because I was going to mention that. Unless like, oh, I signed a contract for 3 weeks, so we have 3 weeks to figure it out or something.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
They had it.
I'm going MJF.
Okay.
Because, dude, it would be so anticlimactic for him to, like, don't get me wrong. I would, Samoa Joe as world champ, I would love that. He's awesome. I love Samoa Joe. But just how anticlimactic after this whole year of everything, he's going to lose to Samoa Joe, probably because of some antics. Like, if he lost, right, it's probably because the Devil gets involved.
Right.
He costs him the championship. Bull fucking shit, bro. Especially if it's Adam Cole. You're the one that's supposed to win the championship, not cost him the championship. If anything, the Devil, there should be some shenanigans where MJF wins because the Devil like helps him or something, maybe. And then it's like revealed to be Adam Cole.
Maybe a double cross.
Sure. And it's like, I'm taking the belt off. It's like, if someone's beating you, it's me type of thing. MJF can't lose. There's no way the title reign ends here. If it does, bro, I'm telling you, like, people are gonna be happy Samoa Joe won. I get that, but like, terrible decision. It would not be a good storyline decision whatsoever.
This story hasn't made sense up until
and that's why I'm giving it a 3, because I can see them giving it to Samoa Joe.
Mine's a 2. And I do have Samoa Joe winning.
Do you really?
Wow.
I
think he's going to win.
Oh, my God.
And I think it's a lot of just like, because MJF is so outmatched in terms of just like numbers.
But they're building him up as Superman right now.
They are. They really are.
They're giving him the Cody rub, bro.
Which I think it's going to be one of those situations where I think Samoa Joe's going to win it because of Devil stuff and because of this, that, and the other. And I think we're going to come out of World's End. And I think also maybe, I hope, they'll play into the contract stuff. If MJF loses the title, and there's even more to play into of like, is he staying in AEW or not? But like, he doesn't even have the title anymore. And I think Samoa Joe wins it. Let's just assume Adam Cole is the devil, whatever. You have a reason for Max to... He's angry. He's pissed off. He's been fucked over by his best friend and this guy who was supposed to be his friend.
You can create something out of that.
Yeah. So Samoa Joe loses, and there's another chase. And I think, to be honest with you, I think he'll get the title back like within a few months. Like I don't think this is the end of the MJF champion era. I think he's gonna lose it. Samoa Joe / Adam Cole are gonna kind of have it for a little bit. I think he'll end up winning it back within the next, let's say 2 or 3 months.
Whatever they do, okay? Whoever walks out of this, because I get what you're saying. Maybe that could be the door opening to the whole contract story, maybe. But, like, whatever they do, just make it good. Don't fuck it. Everything's been so confusing. Just make it simple. Don't overcomplicate things this Saturday.
I'm nervous for the main event because it could be and this is supposed to be like one of their biggest events of the year. I don't think they're not touting it as their like WrestleMania or anything, but it's, with a company that only has a handful of pay-per-views and it's called World's End. This is supposed to be a pretty big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This last match with the story they have, I'm real nervous about just the ending of the event.
I'll tell you, they're doing a good job with it being unpredictable, at least.
Sure.
Because with all of, at least his last few matches, like MJF title defenses, I've been pretty convinced, why would MJF lose?
This is the first match where I'm like, maybe MJF could lose. Right. I agree.
So I'll give them that, but they just really made it all confusing to get to this point.
Yeah, and like I said, I am fortunately for them, I'm a sucker for a mask reveal and who's the guy?
Who isn't, but we're definitely gonna get a mask reveal. I will tell you what, if they don't do the mask reveal on Saturday, the internet is gonna be pissed. Yeah, they're gonna be mad.
And at least it seems like they're getting close. They've at least had the henchmen in a match, so if they're getting close to seeing the devil in person. I don't know how much longer we gotta wait
if they don't do it on Saturday.
I don't even know how they do they do it after the match, or is it something that happens in the match where it costs someone what? I don't know. I would imagine, my guess, if I had to predict what would happen, closing moments of the show are middle of the ring, whoever wins. If Samoa Joe wins, he's standing with them. If he doesn't win, it's just the devil people, whatever. To close out the show, boom, mask reveal, Adam Cole, zoom out. See you on Wednesday. Yeah. That's my guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you gave a whole spiel about Samoa Joe winning, and I respect that because that's like one of my fantasy brainstorms. I just think it makes more sense for MJF to win. I don't think, but and I don't disagree, but I also think that's why it's a low confidence one for us.
Yeah,
it is.
I think MJF's title run could use a little bit of a reset. Maybe does that mean losing it? I don't necessarily know if that's the case, but regardless of what happens, I think there needs to be a new spark. Whether that means him winning it and maybe some sort of new story with Adam, or he loses it and that's a whole thing where now he doesn't have the title anymore. And because that was always a critique of MJF having it, which I think at this point has been debunked because I think he's had a solid title run. But when he first won it, I remember the discourse was a lot of like, is he still going to be... What made MJF at that time was his chase for the title.
A lot of people say, Adam Page was the same way. It's like the chase for the belt was great. Even Seth Rollins, like when he won the Universal belt, it was like he beat Brock and everyone loved the moment. Then he actually had the belt. It's like, it's not as good as it was when he was just going for it.
So I don't think that's the case with MJF. I think that's been kind of debunked. He's had a solid title run. Yep. And feuds. It's been up and down for sure. But I think that's what it is.
We'll see what happens on Saturday.
So that is our predictions. I think for the most part, at least I think our two. What's funny is how we have Julia and Tony.
Yes.
With our 9 and 8.
Yes, we do. We do.
What's your one? The Eddie and Mox. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but everything else seems a little here and there. We'll see how it shapes out. And of course, again, to remind everyone, the SCW Predictions Championship will be on the line this Saturday.
It will be.
And there will be a live stream here on the channel. Whether it's one of us or two of us, stay on the lookout on social media for that. But that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. Let's get an actual time here. I believe it's probably just regular.
I would assume it's just regular. I'm looking at See if we missed anything.
December 30th, blah, blah, blah. How to watch, blah, blah, blah. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. start time, probably
beautiful.
7:30 with the buy-in, or 7:30 with the buy-in, all of that, blah, blah, blah. So it'll be a show. I think this is a very important show for AEW. I think it's either going to be, if they hit, then huge. Okay, people can sigh relief.
If they miss.
And not even just the main event. I think just overall, I think as the show. I think a miss is tough.
They don't need they do not need a miss.
They don't need
right
a miss. They do not
They
need
can't
a
afford
miss.
a big one right now.
So
hey, I'm counting on them. I have faith.
No, me too. I mean, the match is
they-
like John and Eddie, I think is going to be so sick. I think Tony and Rio can tear it down.
Yep.
I think, what'd you say, Swerve and Keith Lee
That
could
could
be a
be a little-
even Miro and Andrade.
Two great
and
wrestlers.
like, there's
the good
so
guy, that 4-team match could be good too.
Sure.
No.
it
Not
won't
four
be.
8 man.
It'll be okay.
You could have hope. You could have hope.
There's so much potential.
Yep.
As long as Johnny TV wins the 20-man Battle Royal.
I mean, that's how we're gonna. That's gonna dictate the rest of the show. So if that's the first match and Johnny TV doesn't win,
I'm putting that as my 9.
yeah, Johnny
9
TV.
confidence, Johnny TV, for even being in the Royal Rumble.
Yep, I don't blame you.
Well, that just about wraps up the show.
Yeah, I just checked out. Nothing new came out.
Like I
No
said,
news.
that is the final episode of 2023.
Yes,
we'll
it
be
is.
back.
We will
in
be back.
2024
We
for
plan on it.
season 2. Let's call it season
2 of Stache
Season
Club.
2 of the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast will be in the new year. What is next Thursday? What's the new year date?
Monday is New Year's.
Yeah, I know, but like, what's the
Oh.
January 4th?
January 4th.
We back
Big
on
day.
the pod, but also we'll have a video coming out on New Year's Day
Yes.
and
Yes,
all
we
that
will.
stuff.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Can't believe New Year's.
It came up, dude. Christmas flew by.
I gotta figure. You have New Year's plans? Not to like out
Yes,
yourself,
I
but like
do, yeah.
yeah. I gotta figure.
We
it out.
got concert tickets months ago.
Oh,
tell you
really?
about it. I'll tell you.
Oh,
about
that's
it
fun.
After. Yeah, you'll actually like it. I'll tell you after.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure out. Hopefully, it's some like house party.
This
or
is the
something. I don't
first
know.
time. This is the first New Year's Eve I think that I actually have had plans like set for months ahead. Like I'm always
wow.
figuring out like
I'm-
the
yeah,
day before.
same.
Like,
That's what I'm doing.
Always.
I think I'm gonna just scramble last minute.
That's
and
just
be
it's
like,
a last minute. Like it's not something you unless you're like planning on going out and like getting a table somewhere, like
Yeah.
reservations. You don't
also,
have
that's like-
something that's a last minute thing you can put together.
That also kind of sucks. Like I hate like I don't mind going to a bar. I hate like paying like $10 cover just for a
Dude,
New
I
Year's
had
bar.
I was at a table last year in Boston.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it sucked.
Yeah.
It's such not a good night.
or even like paying for obviously I mean your thing's different, it's like a concert, like paying for like a restaurant or bar like New Year's event. You gotta pay to get
you have
in.
to pay.
and,
You have to pay
you know,
a certain amount to get
fuck
in.
a bar
yeah.
crawl. I don't even know if
Yeah.
those are a thing on New Year's.
For real, I haven't gone to a bar crawl. And that was, I think Halloween last year was
Fuck
the
a
last
bar
bar
crawl.
crawl I went to.
Anyway,
Anyways.
everyone, thank you so much for the year. Basically, the majority of Stache Club Wrestling up to this point
Basically.
has been in 2023. Besides a little bit in November and December 2022, but I mean everything. It's been 2023
Basically,
really.
yeah. Mhm.
So we appreciate a hell of a year. Thank you, everyone. Couldn't have done it without you. Onward and upward. See you in 2024. Stay on the lookout for everything.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something I'm missing, but I'm probably not. There's some merch. Everything is linked in the description. I don't know if we're still this merch, whatever.
Just
I don't
read
know.
the description.
Read the description. There's all
description.
kinds of stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah. Read the fine print.
Dante's newsletter, which will have everything you need to know.
That will be in there for sure.
But,
Yep.
okay, until next
Okay.
time, we'll see you when we see you. Thank you for listening as always.
Thank you. Till next time. Peace.